Welcome back, all my Minecrafting friends. This is Mike Deering, and this is the Day 4 player update for the April 2015 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge, the Monster Museum, and Day 4 was a very deadly day. Let's get started with the list. Wild Trekker. Wild Trekker logged in to his world with the wrong version. He lost his inventory, and he lost the contents of any chests that he opened while he was in the wrong version. Okay, but any chests that he did not open were still good. But he said most of those were like full of cobblestone and stuff. So, is this witch looking for a way to hit me? I may have to move. Who knows? Okay. So, just a little tip here. If you find that you have logged into your world with the wrong version, you probably won't even notice it until you open your inventory and realize there's nothing there. Okay, but if you did know before you opened your inventory, then don't open your inventory, don't open any chests, don't go anywhere, to load any new chunks. Just log out, and then get it back into the correct version. Okay, but if you get into your world and you open your inventory and you see, oh no, there's nothing in my inventory, I must be in the wrong version, don't run around and check all your chests to see if there's anything in them, because every time you open a chest, the game saves the contents of the chest, as empty. Now, if you don't open the chest, you just leave them alone, log out, get the right version, log back in, open your chest in the right version, your contents will still be there, because the new version did not overwrite the old version. Okay, as far as the contents. So next on the list is Technoscribe in her solo world. Is that witch coming around the corner there? She's looking for me. Okay, she went to a zombie dungeon, and this zombie dungeon was one of those that was all no openings. It was all closed in, and she was above it. She was breaking blocks. She was trying to put a torch down in there to light it up. It was full of zombies, and she either slipped and fell into the dungeon with them, or she broke a block under her feet and fell in. But in any case, she fell into the dungeon with the zombies. She didn't have her sword in her hand. I think she had a torch or a pick or something, and well, you know what happens. I mean, if you've watched the Walking Dead series, you know what happens when you fall into a room full of zombies. Well, they all gang up on you, and you don't have a chance, and they eat you. Well, that's what happened to Technoscribe. She fell into a room full of zombies. There was nowhere to run. Like, zombies are probably the easiest hostile mobs in the game. But when they're out on the surface at night, and you're taking them on one at a time, and you've got room to run away, they're not that big a deal. But when you fall into a room full of them, and there's like 5 or 6 of them hitting you simultaneously, and there's nowhere to run, well, then they are the toughest mob in the game. And she was dead in just a few seconds. Oh well, that didn't work. I think I'm trying to move back a little bit. Maybe I'll go up here. She gonna kill me? She can't, can she? Well, it's trying. But yes, I'm healing as fast as I'm dying, so yeah, I should be okay. Let's see, what is my... Okay, healing up now. Back to the list. Okay, so the zombies ate Technoscribe, but I think she's still in the Team Colony, okay, game, so you can watch her there. Next on the list is Lightbringer and Heatherby. Lightbringer started out by doing some fishing, and then he was making traps. Heatherby made a stack and a half of iron bars, so they'll have plenty of iron bars to use on their traps. And that was about it for their episode. Next is Baker Bell. Baker Bell did some mining, got a lot of iron. She found a skeleton dungeon, got a lot of bones, and she made herself full armor. So she's making progress. Next we have PB from the PB Plays Inside channel. PB found a zombie dungeon, got the goods, made a quick trip to the next zombie dungeon, got it too. So that was 2 dungeons in 1 episode. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. She did some bone meal farming. She found a lot of iron, and she did some caving in a ravine. So it's a very productive resource gathering episode for PB. Next we have Outfoxed. Outfoxed started out caving in a ravine. He's eating baked potatoes, so that's candy. He found a zombie dungeon and got the goods there. He had a run-in with a witch. She knocked him down to 1 heart, but he did recover. Speaking of recovering, speaking of witches and recovering, let me take care of that. He recovered, and then he went to a spider dungeon, and the spiders were hitting him through the walls. So you gotta watch out for spiders, especially if there's a lot of them in there, as in a dungeon situation. They can hit you through the walls, apparently. So he also did 2 dungeons in 1 episode, so he's not wasting any time. Next on the list is Ias the Bad. Ias the Bad started out by doing some farming, and he made bread, and then he was building cages. Then he went caving and found a lot of iron, came back up to his base and caught a skeleton and named it. So good job, Ias. You caught the skeleton and you named it. I think I put a name tag on the witch. I'm sure I did. Let me just go check. Name tag. Did I put a name tag on her? Where's the name tag? No, I don't. Maybe I didn't put a name tag on her. That's not right. I'm sure I put a name tag on her. Oh, I know I put a name tag on her. Why can't I see the name tag? Oh well. Oops. Okay, so back to the list. I just caught a skeleton and named it. And apparently my name tag is worn off on the witch there. Okay, next we have Smithy MC. Smithy made a simple zombie grinder and killed zombies and got a carrot. So good job there. I wish I had a carrot or a potato. I mean, in my game world. And there are zombies everywhere. They got out of his grinder a couple of times, and he had to beat them back. But he did okay. Didn't die. Next we have Boonslayer. Boonslayer was suffering lag again this month. He seems to have a perpetual problem with lag. You know, maybe he's using a laptop. That could be a problem. Okay, so he's having lag. He's mining slowly because he doesn't have a whole lot of food. He did make bread, he was fighting zombies, and then he jumped into a ravine. He was aiming for the water. He fell short like one block, hit the stone, splat. Boonslayer is dead. Fell into a ravine. Okay, so, but he'll be back next month, and next month, I don't think anyone's going to be starving to death. Okay, next we have the team of the Gophercraft crew, and that is Scody Garbitas, Max Ryder, Basket MC, also known as Nathan Pelton, Paisley Playfully, Psycho SFK, and Sayu Lily. Okay, they caught a skeleton and a spider. They got the goods from a skeleton dungeon. They made a portal, went to the Nether. I've not found anything in the Nether yet. And they got another name tag from the skeleton dungeon. So they're making steady progress. Next we have the Kid Awesome 2 channel, and this is TroyBoy777 on the Kid Awesome 2 channel. He spent a few minutes organizing his inventory and stuff, doing some smelting, getting ready. Then he went out and cut some trees, got some apples, so good job there. Then he went mining, and finally found a zombie dungeon and got the stuff from the zombie dungeon. Next we have Black Belt Crafter. Black Belt Crafter found the spider dungeon, got lots of string. Then he came back to his base, and he's building some sort of a redstone machine. Oh no, he didn't go back to the base. He's still underground. I think he's still over there by the spider dungeon, or maybe a little ways away from it, and he's building some sort of a redstone machine underground, and I have no idea what it is. So if you have any clues, you could let me know in the comments. Next we have the team, the father and son team from the Bear Family 07 group channel. That is Moat and his son, I think it's Lil Bear. Anyway, they started out by cutting trees. Then they did some farming. They were fighting creepers, and a lot of explosions going on. And apparently Moat looked at an Enderman, and the Enderman killed him. So Moat is out, but the sun carries on. So tune in next episode to see how the son carries on without the father. Next we have John Fall 92. He is putting iron bars on his cages. He's doing some potato farming. He's fighting mobs. Then he went mining and collected a bunch of iron. Next we have Jade LF. Okay. Jade LF started out by mining, and then she was making bread. Then she did some fishing. She got confused about the coordinates. She got the X and the Z swapped, and she was going to the, instead of going to minus 26, minus 260, she went to minus 260, minus 26. And then she changed her mind and decided to go to the, seeing that she was already at minus 260, she figured, okay, I'll just go to the minus 243 minus 1, because that's pretty close. At this point, it was like, less than 50 blocks away. But instead of going toward the minus 1, she went away from the minus 1. So again, she got the coordinates confused, and I think by the end of the episode, she was over 100 blocks away from the dungeon and going in the wrong direction. Okay. And she has no wood. But, so, if her pick breaks, she's going to be stuck underground. But then she decided to come back to base and get some wood. And maybe next episode she can find a dungeon. Okay, next we have Felonious Wizard. Felonious Wizard started out by making bread. His farm's doing really well. He went to a zombie dungeon and got the goods there, and then made a beeline to another zombie dungeon. So got 2 of them down in one episode. That was very productive. He's breaking the spawners as he goes. He's not keeping any of the spawners for later. And he ended his episode mining toward the 3rd dungeon. Next we have Cherry Bitters. Cherry Bitters went to a zombie dungeon. Got the stuff. Made a little staircase up from it to the surface, and was leading zombies back up the staircase. She caught a baby zombie in a cobblestone box, which I suppose she'll be putting iron bars on pretty soon. And she also caught a regular zombie, but then I think he burned up at the end of the episode because she didn't have a roof on it. Next we have Team Colony. If you remember, OG of Team Colony, that's Oji Otosan, died last episode. Well, this episode he was in ghost mode and flying around filming everyone else's stuff. They did make a what do they call those things? Where they have all the graves. They made a graveyard, okay? But they didn't put a name on the grave saying OG's name, so they need to do that. They need to put his name on a grave. Technoscribe was busy building more cages. I don't think they caught anything this episode. They're busy building cages. 2 of them did go to a skeleton dungeon. I think it was Momo and Mike Deadman went to a skeleton dungeon and got another name tag. And Crafter of Mines, that's one of the kids on the team, was killed by a skeleton at night. Guess his hunger got down and he wasn't regenning, and the skeleton finished him off. So they're 2 players down now. They need to put signs on those graves for OG and Crafter. Next we have the solo world of New Azusa. New Azusa, if you remember, is also on the Team Colony. So in his solo world, you start out by making a whole bunch of pistons, and then he's building traps where if a mob steps on the pressure plate, the pistons push blocks up all around him and trap him in there. And he actually got a witch to follow him back to his base and step on the pressure plate, and the trap worked as advertised. He caught the witch. Then he went up on top of his little cobblestone platforms so he could see her better, and was taunting her, and she threw a potion at him, which knocked his hearts down a few. And he didn't have any food, so he went fishing, but he didn't catch anything. And then the witch despawned, or Enderman let her out. I'm not sure, but probably she despawned. You know, that's why you have name tags. Okay, so when you get them, you can name tag them. Okay. Then he got mad because the witch despawned, and he was looking at Enderman, and the Enderman attacked him and knocked his hearts down even further, and then a zombie finished him off. So New Azusa was killed by a witch, an Enderman, and a zombie. But you can still watch him on the Team Colony. Next we have the Team Load Central. That is Baker Bell, Dan, Alan, Jessicats, and Scott. In day 4, Jessicats almost starved to death. She got down to no haunches, and but they did get her some food, and she recovered a little bit to where she's not starving anymore. I don't know. I didn't see her viewpoint, so we can't really tell how much she recovered, but she's not starving. They had a chicken jockey, but apparently it despawned or something happened to it. It got some kind of damage or something, and they lost the chicken jockey. I don't know if they had a name tag on it, but that's why you have name tags, to keep them from despawning. They went to a zombie dungeon and got the goods, but they currently have in cages a creeper, a spider, a skeleton, and a zombie. I think the spider and the zombie they got this episode. So yeah, they're doing good. They've got 4, you know, and one of those is a creeper, which is pretty tough to do. And their cages look good too. They got iron bars around them. You can see them good. So I would say that they're the team to beat when it comes to the team category. Okay, next we have Tim Obert, also known as Captain Hook 5150. Tim is having food problems. His crops have not come in yet. He did smelt up his iron and make full armor, so he's well armored. But he's watching his wheat grow, and that's going slowly. He's down to like 2 haunches and 3 hearts, and he can't go fight mobs because he doesn't have enough hearts, and he's not regenning, so he's just watching his wheat grow. Next we have also from the Bear Family 07 channel, we have the Moat Solo World. Moat is the dad on the Bear Family channel, and in his solo game he visited a zombie dungeon, got the stuff, came back to the surface, was fighting mobs. A spider attacked him and did quite a bit of damage before he was able to turn around. The spider was attacking him from the back. Then as soon as he killed the spider, a skeleton started shooting him, and it took him a couple hits before he could locate the skeleton hiding behind a tree there. He killed the skeleton, and then as soon as he finished killing the skeleton, a zombie hit him from the back and finished him off. So it's like all these mobs are ganging up on him. No one's attacking him from the front. Everyone's attacking him from the back, so that the mob gets the first hit in before he even sees him coming. So Moat is out in his solo world, and he's also out in the father and son world. But you can still tune into the Bear Family 07 channel and watch the son carry on. And finally we have Bad Heart MC. Bad Heart MC went up to the surface and fenced in another area for him to work in. He was fighting mobs from over the fence. He wasn't trying to catch them yet because he hasn't made his cages, but maybe he'll make cages next episode. In my day 4, I went to the last 2 dungeons, so now I have all 5 name tags, and I've got lots of iron. I'm pretty close to where I want to set up my base. So next episode I will be smelting up my iron and setting up my base, and then I can start making cages and start catching mobs. So this is Mike Deering signing out, and I still don't understand why my witch lost her name tag. Or is there some reason I just can't see it? Because I know I had name tagged her. Oh, there it is. See? Gwendolyn the Witch. Why can't I eat? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is Mike Deering signing out. I will see you in day 5.